Welcome to Cold Brew Finance's end-of-day world currencies, stock markets and commodities wrap-up for Wednesday, August 20th, 2025. Kicking things off, I'm Victoria Cashmore. Major currencies showed mixed movement against the greenback today. The US dollar showed particular weakness against the Swiss franc, declining 0.5%. Against the British pound and Australian dollar, the greenback strengthened about 0.33%. Looking at returns, the US dollar shows notable weakness year to date, particularly against the euro and Swiss franc, both down over 11%. The week-to-date figures show modest gains against most major pairs. The US dollar made its strongest move against the Kiwi, rising 1.2%. The greenback maintains a strong positive trend against both the Canadian dollar and New Zealand dollar, while showing consecutive daily declines against the yuan. In weekly returns, the US dollar shows the strongest performance against the Kiwi, up 1.8%. Year to date, the greenback remains lower against most pairs, with notable declines against the Singapore dollar, down nearly 6%.
Looking at global stock market tracking ETFs, I'm Max Profit. Thailand led gains, rising 1.8% to 57.47. Indonesia and Turkey each advanced 1.5%, with Turkey showing upward momentum after breaking out of a sideways pattern. Belgium reached a new all-time high, gaining 1.4%. Among these top performers, Indonesia shows the strongest month-to-date performance, up 7.7%. Belgium leads year-to-date with a remarkable 26.5% gain. Turkey has demonstrated the best week-to-date momentum, rising 2.3%. Among underperforming global markets, Taiwan led declines, dropping 2.1% to 58.78. Israel fell 0.5% after breaking down from a period of consolidation. Japan and Chile each declined about 0.5%, despite maintaining strong upward trends. Despite today's declines, longer-term performance remains positive. Austria maintains a substantial 52.8% year-to-date gain. Japan shows strong month-to-date performance, up 8.2%, while Taiwan shows the largest weekly decline at 2.7%.
Considering commodities, I'm Liquidity. Metals showed modest gains today. Gold futures and silver futures both gained around 1%, with silver showing sideways movement over 3 days. Copper futures rose marginally despite a very strong negative trend. Looking at returns, gold and silver have posted strong year-to-date gains of about 28% and 29% respectively. Aluminum and copper show contrasting performance, with copper up 10%, while aluminum is down nearly 2% this year. In energy markets, Brent Crude led gains, rising 1.7%. Gasoline futures showed significant weakness, dropping 6.2% with strong downward volatility after breaking out of a 3-day flat pattern. Natural gas declined for a second consecutive day. Year-to-date performance shows energy markets under pressure. Natural gas has declined 24%, while crude oil is down nearly 13%. Heating oil has shown relative stability, dropping just 2% this year despite recent market volatility. Livestock futures showed strength today. Live cattle and feeder cattle both reached new all-time highs, with feeder cattle up 2.3%. Class 2I milk jumped 3.6% amid strong upward volatility. Corn surged 6.5%. Year-to-date returns in livestock are impressive. Feeder cattle leads with a 36% gain, while live cattle is up 23%. Lean hogs have gained 10%. though showing recent weakness with 4 days of flat trading. In grains, corn stood out with a 6.5% surge. Rough rice fell 3.6%, marking 3 consecutive down days and hitting an intraday all-time low. Wheat remained relatively flat, while soybeans showed a strong positive trend. Year-to-date performance in grains shows mixed results. Corn and rough rice have both declined about 12%. Soybeans have managed a modest 2.5% gain, while oats remain relatively unchanged despite recent downward pressure. Soft commodities showed mixed performance today. Coffee futures continued their momentum, rising for a 6th consecutive day to 353.40. Cocoa experienced significant downward volatility, dropping 2.8% to 7,942. Sugar advanced 1.6%, while orange juice remained relatively flat. Looking at returns, coffee futures lead the pack with nearly 20% gains month to date. Cocoa shows concerning weakness across all time frames, down 32% year to date. Orange juice has also struggled, declining more than 50% this year.
And with that, we conclude another end-of-day world currency, markets and commodities wrap-up. I'm Victoria Cashmore, along with my AI co-hosts Max Profit and Liquidity. Thanks for watching. Look for daily wrap-ups every day just after 5 p.m. New York time. Please like, subscribe, comment, share. Cold Brew Finance is an experimental project with market reports written, narrated and delivered totally by AI, with market data kindly provided by financialmodelingprep.com. Always seek professional financial advice before making any investment decisions. Check into the channel daily for coverage of stocks, crypto, currency and commodities. Thanks for watching.